Hey guys, welcome back. So I have got a new at the drugstore makeup video for y'all today. I've got some goodies in this little box here. So we've got things from Revlon to talk about and Milani, and then I have one random thing from L'Oreal. But it actually kind of relates to one of the Revlon products. We can kind of like talk about them and how they're similar. And anyway, we've got some good things to talk about. And what I like to do in these videos is I share some information on these products. So like just quick info, and then I share my thoughts on them. Little mini reviews on these products. A lot of them I have on my face right now, so you can kind of like see what they look like on. And yeah, just chat about some new drugstore makeup. So if you're new here, my name is Leslie. Welcome. I love to do new at the drugstore videos, favorites, reviews, empties, just a lot of fun stuff here on my channel. So if you're new, I would love it if you hit that subscribe button and stuck around for a while. I'd love to have you here on my channel. So yeah, we are chatting about new drugstore makeup, Revlon and Milani, and one random L'Oreal. So let's get to it. Okay, let's start with the Milani goodies. Let's talk about the new mascara they have, which is the highly rated Fan Club Fanning Mascara is what it is labeled. And I got it in the black shade. I don't think it's like blackest black, whatever. I think it's just black. Yeah? Yeah. So it says, join the club and get dramatically lifted, perfectly fanned out lashes with up to 24 hours of wear with Milani highly rated Fan Club Fanning Mascara. More lifted and fanned out lashes, more voluminous all day, dramatic length, lift, and definition. Lashes stay lengthened and defined all day. What else? Dramatically lifted volume and curl, smudge resistant, flake resistant wear up to 24 hours of those things. And volume, increased lash length and volume. Okay, it's supposed to give you a lot of length and volume and last throughout the day. I do have this on right now. I am loving this mascara so much. I say this all the time. Mascara is so personal preference. There's a lot of factors of what are your natural lashes like? What kind of a lash look do you like? Do you have oily eyelids? Or are you thinking about smudging? You know, those sort of things. Do you have oily, like do you just have more oily skin to kind of have to think about that a little bit more? All those things. What kind of brush do you like on a mascara? There's just things you have to kind of think about. There's a lot of different factors. This I would describe as, this is what the packaging looks like, cute pink packaging, big curved brush, sort of a wand on it. This is more of a, you can see it, messy, gloopy, sort of a formula mascara, which sounds bad, but those are usually my favorites, and I really, really like this. It gives very dramatic lashes, even on the first coat, but then you can build it up for more volume, more length. I just make sure I wipe off the excess from the brush just because, you know, the formula doesn't, you don't want a ton of product on your brush because the formula does a lot even with just a little bit of it on the brush. So yeah, I feel like you get great length, great volume. The lashes can kind of stick together a little bit, like depending on how much you apply. I say this all the time too. I push mascaras way beyond probably what they're intended to do. Like I apply a lot of layers. So I like ones that really layer nicely. And this one definitely does. I just have to use very little product with it. And I love the end result. As far as smudging goes, I do notice when I first apply it, I feel like I see a little bit up on my eyelids. But then, like later in the day, I really don't notice a lot of that. So I would say if there's smudging, maybe a little bit, but most mascaras or many mascaras smudge on me because I do have oily eyelids. I have more kind of combo oily skin. So, I mean, I do notice that. This, I would say, does it very, very minimally. So I am a huge fan of this mascara. I really personally like it. Kind of reminds me of the Anti-Gravity mascara from them, but I feel like this is more like a thicker sort of a formula. It reminds me more of the IT Cosmetics Superhero Mascara. So I think if you like the IT Cosmetics Superhero Mascara, you'll like this. If you don't like thicker kind of formulas, I would maybe go with the Anti-Gravity. I love that one too. Okay, then they also have, they've like, I guess reformulated their baked products. So there's their baked bronzer. Let's talk about that first. I got the shade 1 Amalfi Glow. So about this, it says create natural looking warmth for up to 12 hours with Milani baked bronzer and ultra fine powder slow baked on Italian terracotta tile for a silky smooth finish. So, you know, they like reformulated their blushes. And then they've got the bronzers and the highlighter. I have a highlighter to share with you. Okay, so I got this one. This is what the packaging looks like. I like the packaging because it is baked, so I mean, it makes sense. It's kind of bulky, but it's a baked product, so I mean, that's why it's domed up like that. This is what it looks like. I do have this on right now, and I actually have it on my eyes too. Like, I have all these products as my eyeshadow. What is this? It's like face powder on my hand. Okay, here's what it looks like. This is very pretty. I really like the formula of this. I really like how it blends. I do feel like this particular shade is kind of almost like a yellowy sort of toned bronzer, so I don't love the tone of this color. I really like the formula, really like how it blends. I think it's beautiful. I like it on the eyes, but on my cheeks, it just has more of kind of a warm yellowy sort of a tone. So this is not my favorite because of the tone, but I do like the formula. If there were a rosy version of this, like a rosy pinky bronzer, I would love it. I would wear it all the time. I'm just not going to reach for this a ton on my cheeks because it is more of that warm yellowy. I would say even more yellowy than orange. It's more on the yellowy side, kind of a tone to it. So yeah. Then the baked highlighter, I got the shade 01 Dulce Perla. Dulce Perla. It says, Milani baked highlighter is glow made easy. Slow baked on Italian terracotta tile. It delivers silky smooth radiance for up to 12 hours. Did that say basically the same thing as the other? I don't know, but it's supposed to be, you know, like a glowy, beautiful, baked sort of a formula. Yeah. So this is what it looks like. Same sort of packaging. These all have the same packaging. This is what it looks like. I have this on my eyes as a shadow. I have it on my cheekbones, inner corners of my eyes. I even put a little bit on the tip of my nose, and I don't usually do that. I think this is so pretty. I think the thing about these is, do you like a baked formula? I feel like baked formula makeup is such a personal preference, and there's different sort of types of baked formula. Like, some are drier than others. I really like all baked makeup, so I mean, that I can think of that I've tried. I'm just used to a baked formula, so I really like this one too. I would say it's not an overly dry formula. I think it is a nice smooth formula, but it is still baked. I mean, it's not a cream formula. You know, it's not like a, I don't know, dewy sort of a product. It's definitely just a baked product, but I love them because I love using them on the eyes. I feel like you just have such versatility with a baked makeup product. I'm a big fan of these, and I really like this color. It's kind of a pinky champagne, so pretty. Okay, then the baked blush, I got two different shades. I got Luminoso because I wanted to be able to compare it to my other Luminoso, and then this shade looked so pretty to me. 16 Pink Panna Cotta. Super, super cute. This is beautiful. It says, baked on Italian terracotta tile to create an ultra fine silky smooth powder. I feel like this is saying the same thing. Milani baked blush delivers radiant weightless color for up to 12 hours. It's amazing that I just read it, but I don't remember what it said, but that sounds familiar to me. So anyway, this one, let's look at the shades. Same sort of packaging, 16 Pink Panna Cotta. This is the most beautiful baby pink. I love this. It's buildable. It's a buildable shade. So pretty. I'll show you a swatch in a second. And then I got Luminoso. So let's look at a swatch of this, and then I will swatch my original Luminoso right next to it so you can see it. So we'll compare. I have a little mini of the original Luminoso. So comparing these formulas, I was trying to kind of like swatch these and see if I could kind of tell a difference in the formula. I don't know if I notice a huge difference. I would say maybe the new ones seem a little bit more smooth in texture. So maybe a little improvement there in texture, but I didn't dislike their baked ones before. I mean, I really, really liked them. So, okay, there's Pink Panna Cotta, there is Luminoso, and then there is the original Luminoso. So you can kind of compare them. The colors look pretty close. This is maybe just a little bit lighter, I would say, but I mean, they're really, really close. Beautiful. I really like these. I'm a big fan of these. I like the colors I got. Like I said, if this were a little bit more on the rosy side, I would like it more, but I like these. I don't really know if I talked enough about the formula, but I would say that they blend really nicely on the skin. I think they have a beautiful blend. All of the ones that I got have a nice glow to them. I think they look beautiful on the skin. I think they're an easy to work with baked formula. I'm a big fan of them. Okay, Then Revlon came out with more shades of their Super Lustrous Glass Shine Balm. I love when brands do this, when they have a product that's like a fan favorite, and instead of like always creating new products, they add to that line because people already like it. So I think that's really fun. So I got 3 different shades of the new ones, just a little bit like info on it. It says same formula, new look, delivers 41% more moisture instantly, glides on easily, shiny color in one swipe, hydrates like a balm, sheer color and glassy shine. Yeah. Okay, so I got Beaming Strawberry 018. Let me swatch all these and then I will show you. These are a nice balmy texture. They have a really nice subtle vanilla scent to them that I love. Then I got, ooh, this is so pretty, Glassy Ruby. This is beautiful. Such a gorgeous shade. And then 15 Black Cherry. This is gorgeous too. Ooh, these are so good. They are balmy and glossy looking, so pretty, hydrating on the lips. So there is Beaming Strawberry. There is Glassy Ruby, I think Glassy Ruby, yes. And then there is Black Cherry. So all beautiful shades. This one is my favorite. You can apply these, just a little sheer application of them just to get a little, like almost like a little hint of a little sheer balm application, or you can build them up to this point and get that nice high shine look. I usually like to pair them, well, I like to apply them lightly without a liner, or if I apply them more full on, I like them with a liner because they are of that more of that balmy sort of formula. I like to kind of lock them in with a liner around the outsides of my lips. Okay, then they have these lipsticks. Beautiful packaging on these. These are the Revlon Super Lustrous Ultra lipsticks. It says delivers ultra rich, radiant lip color and moisture in one swipe. Only available at Ulta Beauty. I guess I got mine on TikTok Shop. I was like, I don't think I got them at Ulta. I think I got them on TikTok Shop. It says ultra rich, radiant color that resists fading, boosts moisture levels, and gives lips a rejuvenated appearance. Glides on smoothly, delivering full coverage with one swipe. Creamy texture with a lightweight feel. Smudge resistant. Yes. Okay. So I got 2 different shades. I got 14, I think that says Tulip. 14 Tulip. This packaging is beautiful. So, so pretty. Like a sparkly gold packaging. This formula, these don't have a scent to them, and they kind of just smell like ingredients, and they kind of smell a little bit weird. It's very subtle, so it's like I don't really notice it once it's on my lips, but when I first apply it, I'm like, this is a strange sort of a scent. And then I got 13 Cosmo, I think that says. Cosmo is my favorite of the 2. Tulip is more warm toned. I like Cosmo because it's more of a cool toned, really pretty rosy shade. So Tulip, Cosmo, this one's, what is it? 14, and then that one's 13, right? Yes. So I'm still kind of figuring out how I feel about these. They are a very thick lipstick formula. That's really what I notice about them the most. They remind me a lot, did I already say this, of the Charlotte Tilbury lipsticks in the way they feel on the lips. And I would say I don't dislike that formula, but it's not my favorite lipstick formula ever. I honestly prefer just their regular Super Lustrous lipsticks. I feel like depending on which one you get, if you're getting a cream one or a matte one or whatever, it kind of, you know, that is a factor. But especially the cream ones, I feel like they're just a little bit more comfortable, a little bit more hydrating on the lips. These are maybe a little bit more long wearing because they're a little bit more on the matte side, a little bit thicker. You've just got like full pigment. So yeah, I mean, overall, I think I just prefer their regular Super Lustrous. Other than the packaging, this is beautiful, but I love the classic Super Lustrous packaging too. So I'm happy with those. I don't think these are a bad lipstick. I definitely like this one. It's just a thicker formula lipstick. Revlon also has some new PhotoReady products. So I got the PhotoReady Instant Plump Serum. I don't know what shade I got, but I will list it for you. It says, get youthful, plumper looking lips instantly with Revlon's PhotoReady Instant Plump Serum. Feels silky and smooth, visibly softens, nourishes, and moisturizes. So this is a plumping serum gloss sort of a formula. I think the packaging is kind of unique and different. That's a little fun. It's got an angled sort of a doe foot applicator. This is a very thick, gloopy, sort of a gloss formula, and this has some tingle to it. Like, it's got some spice on the lips. I would say it's not, I mean, depending on your sensitivity level for that, I would say I'm fine with it, but I mean, I definitely feel it. So it's a fairly intense plumping feeling on the lips, but it looks beautiful on the lips. It is high shine on the lips. I think this is a really pretty shade, kind of a peachy, pinky neutral, beautiful. As far as plumping, maybe a little bit. I don't know if I ever really noticed like super plumping with lip products, but I think it, especially the glossiness, just makes your lips look more full. But I would say, yeah, probably a little bit, especially with how spicy this feels on the lips. And it is more of that like kind of hot feeling tingle on the lips rather than like cooling. But yeah, oh, minty, sort of a scent to it too. Pretty color. I think it just depends on, do you like a plumping serum? This is what this is. And then these two products, one from Revlon and one from L'Oreal, they're kind of like similar in their idea. First off, the Revlon PhotoReady Instant Blur Liner. So we will talk about this one first. This is what I'm wearing right now. And then L'Oreal has the Blurfiller Blurring Lip Contour. So kind of similar sort of ideas, it seems like. So this one, it says, get lips that look instantly fuller and smoother with Revlon PhotoReady Instant Blur Liner. Creates a soft focus effect, no need to blend, blurred matte finish. And I got the shade Misty. I think it's Misty. This is what the packaging looks like. So it's really like a small lip crayon is kind of how I would describe the formula, the packaging. I really, really like this. Oh, I feel like in a swatch it's looking kind of patchy and uneven, but I don't feel like it looks that way on the lips. I think it actually looks really nice and flattering on the lips. Like it's smooth, it's comfortable, fairly buildable, and it's definitely a matte formula. Like it really does not move, but I don't feel like it looks drying on my lips. Like especially, I mean, this color is fairly close to my natural lip color. It's a little bit more on the warm tone side. So that definitely, I think, you know, plays a role in it. I think the further away from your natural lip color you get, like especially going lighter, it can tend to look drier. But if you're closer to your natural lip color, it doesn't like show that quite as much. Anyway, I don't feel like this is really looking dry on my lips. I wouldn't say it feels hydrating, for sure not. It feels like a matte formula, but I would say a comfortable matte formula. You can see that like spiciness reacting on my hand from the serum. Anyway, I'm a big fan of this. I really like this. And then the L'Oreal Blurfiller Blurring Lip Contour. I got the shade Worth It Medium in this. It says, get fuller looking lips with Blurfiller Blurring Lip Contour by L'Oreal Paris. The creamy formula and rounded tip allows for effortless application and a lip enhanced, I went past it, lip enhanced end look. Effortlessly line, define, and contour your lips with Blurfiller for a lip enhanced end look. Rounded dome tip allows for seamless application, no blending needed. Rich creamy formula glides along the lips without any tugging or dragging. Soft texture formula smooths the lips for a soft blurred look with a natural finish. So kind of sort of same idea. Let's look at these side by side. This one has more of a silky, it drags a little bit more, not in a bad way. Like it's smooth, it glides more than this one. This is more of a, I would say, powdery sort of feeling formula on the lips. This feels more silky, glidey, smooth, a little bit thicker in formula, but I think both look really pretty on the lips. I like this color better. I like that it's kind of more of a rosy shade. This one's a little bit more on the brown side, so as far as color tone, I like this one better, but I like both formulas. I mean, really, I don't dislike either of them. I think it just kind of depends on what sort of formula do you like. Do you like a little bit more glide, thicker formula, or do you like kind of more of that true matte, powdery feeling, sort of like super long wearing? Both of them are long wearing, but this one's a little bit more of that like matte feeling on the lips. Okay, so those are all the goodies that we have to talk about. I hope that you guys really enjoyed this video. Please hit a thumbs up if you did. Let me know down below your thoughts on these products. I would love to hear it. Ask me any questions that you have. Please subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!